Hello Year 8. Today we're going to carry on with our chapter on transformations and we're going to look at rotation. The learning objective, please write it down, is to rotate shapes through different angles. So on this slide here we have pictures of things that rotate. We've got a wheel, we've got a fan, we've got the London Eye, a fidget spinner and a figure skater doing a pirouette. All these images are images of objects that rotate round in a circle. Now when you rotate a shape for maths, we need to know three things. The first thing is the direction of the rotation. The direction of the rotation could be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Clockwise, as in diagram 1, is the direction that the hands move on a clock. So if you follow those arrows, that is clockwise. Anti-clockwise is the opposite way. So this black arrow here is moving in an anti-clockwise direction. We also need to describe our rotations using the angle of rotation. In this first diagram here, we've got the green moon, and the green moon has been rotated, it's been turned to the yellow moon position. Now it's moved in a clockwise direction because that's the way the hands move on a clock, and we can see that the angle of the rotation is 90 degrees. So the green moon to the yellow moon has made a 90-degree angle. So we would describe this rotation as 90 degrees clockwise. In the second picture, from the green moon to the yellow moon, we're actually moving in the opposite direction this time, so we're moving this way following the arrow, and that would be anti-clockwise. The angle, if we drew an angle between the moons, okay, this is the point at which it's been rotated, the angle would make 60 degrees. So we would describe that rotation as 60 degrees anti-clockwise. The last thing we need to know is where the centre of rotation is, so where we're rotating that shape round. Now, in the images that I showed you in the first slide, all of our centres of rotations were right in the middle. So on a bicycle wheel, the centre of rotation is the very middle point. That's where the wheel turns around. But when we're describing rotations in maths, we might have our centre of rotation in different places. They could be inside the shape. So this centre of rotation is marked with a black dot. Here's a capital letter T. So the centre of rotation is this point here, the black dot. And if we were to put your pencil or finger on that black dot and then moved your capital T from this position, the vertical position, and we moved it around to this position, keeping our finger or our pen on that black dot, this is where the T would end up. So we have a look at that. First of all, we're moving in an anti-clockwise direction. If we start at this T, we move it in an anti-clockwise direction to this T here. If we look at the angle of rotation, it would be from here to here, and that would be 90-degree angle. So to describe this rotation, we would say this T has been rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise, and the centre of its rotation is the black dot. So sometimes the centre of rotation could be on the edge of the shape. This one says describe the rotation from the blue shape to the red shape. So we're starting at the blue shape, we put our pen or our finger on the red dot, that's our centre of rotation, and then we move the shape round. So if we were to move the shape from the blue shape up to the red shape, we would be moving in a clockwise direction. We'd move from here to here, so we're moving like the hands of a clock in a clockwise direction. Now the angle of rotation, if we just take one of our lines, here's where this blue line starts, the edge of the rectangle. If we move it up to here, we've actually moved 90 degrees. So this shape has moved in a clockwise direction 90 degrees, and its centre of rotation is the red dot. Okay, so when we're describing rotations, these are the kind of things we need to say. Something about the direction, something about the angle, and something about the centre of rotation. Like this one here. The centre of rotation doesn't have to be inside or on the shape. It can be outside of the shape. And in this case here, we've got this red dot down at the origin here. This is our centre of rotation. So it says describe the rotation from the blue shape to the purple shape. Here's the blue shape. So the first thing is the direction. It's moving in a clockwise direction. Clockwise direction. So we're first of all going to be able to say that it's moving in a clockwise direction. Now the angle, if we were to draw a line from here to one of the points, let's choose this point C, and we drew a line from here as well, we'd see that that angle is 90 degrees. So we can describe the rotation as being 90 degrees clockwise. The blue shape has been rotated 90 degrees clockwise. The centre of origin, centre of rotation, is marked with a red dot down here. Now, some of you might have thought, when we've been looking at these last few examples, that actually we could rotate this shape anti-clockwise. It doesn't have to be clockwise, and you're right. So usually we go for the smallest, the easiest rotation, in which case this one would be 90 degrees clockwise, but we can rotate it the opposite way as well. So if we were to rotate it anti-clockwise, I would go from here to here, which would be 90 degrees, to here, which would be 180 degrees, to here would be 270 degrees. So I can say that the blue shape has been rotated 270 degrees to the purple shape. Okay, so it is worth noting that you can transform, you can rotate your shapes in either direction. Right, over to you. There are 6 questions on the next few slides. I would like you to describe the rotation from the coloured shape to the grey shape. That's really important. You're going to start at the coloured shape, and the coloured shape is going to move, it's going to rotate to where the grey shape is. You've got to give the direction of rotation and the angle of rotation in your description. Okay, the centre of rotation is already done for you because it's marked with a red dot. So here's the first 3. I'm going to get you to pause the recording here, and I would like you to say the angle of rotation and the direction of rotation from the coloured shape to the grey shape. Coloured shape to the blue shape. So for the yellow one, the coloured shape, the yellow one to the grey one. And in question 3, the red shape to the grey shape. Okay, have a go at those, pause it and have a go. There's 3 more on the next slide. So this is questions 4, 5 and 6. Please make sure that you've written down the number of the question so that I can see when you hand in your work which rotation is for which question. I'm going to go through the questions on the next slide, so make sure you've paused the recording whilst you're answering these. So here are the answers. Give them a tick if you've got them right. Here's the blue shape. First of all, we've moved in an anti-clockwise direction, and we've gone, if we draw a line from here to here, we have gone 90 degrees. Okay, now when we're measuring our angle, we must make sure it's the right line. So if I'm using the bottom of this trapezium, the base of the trapezium, then I need to use the base of the trapezium on the shaded one as well. So 90 degrees anti-clockwise. You could have said that it had gone in a clockwise direction, in which case it would be 1, 2, 3, 3/4 of a circle, which is 270 degrees. So this shape could be 270 degrees clockwise. Question 2, 90 degrees clockwise. Here's our angle, it's drawn in like if the flag has drawn in the 90 degree angle. Question 3, there's our point of origin, you put your pencil there. If we move the red shape around 90 degrees clockwise, we would get it to fit on top of the grey shape. Questions 4, 5 and 6. Question 4 is 90 degrees clockwise. Again, if we just push it around clockwise 90 degrees, we'll get to that shaded shape. For question 5, we would actually turn it around 180 degrees, so facing opposite. When we turn around to face the other way, we'd be travelling 180 degrees. And for question 6, here's our yellow shape. Now on this one here, we'll be going 90 degrees anti-clockwise. You could say 270 degrees clockwise. Right, what I would like you to do now is I'd like you to complete the worksheet. It's called Rotation Worksheet and it's on your Google Classroom. If you can print, I know some of you don't have printers, if you can print, then you can draw the shape in, print it off and then draw the shape in using the red cross as a centre of rotation. If you cannot print, then you need to copy the shapes onto squared paper or plain paper and draw in each of the rotated shapes. Okay. And there's also a challenge worksheet if you're finding this work really easily, and that's called the Rotation Fox. Okay, it has got the answers on that sheet, so if you want to have a go at that one, only look at the first page until you've actually done it, and then you can check that you've got it right with the second page. I will just show you those right now. Here's our first worksheet, rotations worksheet. So you can draw this on the page if you've got a printer, and if not, you can copy them out and draw them on. Okay, and here's the challenge worksheet. So these ones here, we need to rotate where it says our centre of rotation is. So this shape here says 90 degrees anti-clockwise with A as our rotation, centre of rotation. So if we pushed it 90 degrees anti-clockwise, it would turn up over here. Okay, and on that sheet there, if you do every rotation, you will find that it comes out with a picture. Right, good luck Year 8. Please don't forget to upload your work once you've finished so that I can have a look through and make sure those questions are labelled. Thank you very much. Bye bye.